Okay, guys, hello. Welcome to the Daydreaming Lucid. Say it again. Welcome to the Daytime Lucid Dreaming Masterclass. I'll just have to check if I have my special guest on board. Let me just check on Facebook with him. I have a very interesting guest that will join us, and I have a surprise for you. He unfortunately cannot connect with the camera, so he will be joining us with the phone. Okay, let me see if that works. So to start with, can you write in the chat your country? Where are you connecting from? There's already 18 people connected, so that's a nice group to start with. We are live on Facebook as well, so like the people who wants to actually engage, like I'll probably turn off the Facebook Live in a few minutes, or I don't know. We'll see how that works. Denmark, from Turkey, Germany, Netherlands, Cyprus, USA, Romania, Pennsylvania, Belgium, Scotland. My God, amazing. Amazing, really, really all over the world. So really, really grateful for that. Okay, I'll start because I want to honor you coming on time. And Taiwan, wow, amazing. Thank you, Peter. So first off, I guess I will introduce my guest as soon as he comes online. And I have a surprise with this guest for you at the end of this webinar. So first off, my name is Amir Kadr, and I'm a consciousness hacker, or so I like to define myself. Let me start a timer as well. So we are perfectly in time. Well, almost. So this is a live event, so it's not perfect, it's not recorded, it's not it's not scripted so to the perfection. So I want you to engage with me here. This is not a recorded video, so this workshop, this masterclass will work if you engage with me. So if you're not too shy, you can turn on the camera so I can see you and talk to you and guide you later on. Use the chat. I want you to use the chat or ask your questions, and then later in the Q&A, you'll be able to unmute yourself and ask the questions straight to me, okay?
I'm on conference online.
And
now
who's there? Okay. Okay, guys. So actually, Brian has arrived. Maybe using a different thing. Brian is my special guest today. Who's I'll mute all. Just so I muted you all, so we don't have this person who's talking and I know he's out. The difficulties of the surprises of the live. So Brian Ahern is our guest, and he is just joined. He's the author of this book, and I'll tell you later about a surprise about this book. It's called The Wild Way to Lucid Dreaming. So we'll collaborate together in the future, and you'll see really, really nice things coming on after this masterclass. So as I was saying, this is not a recorded video. I like you to engage. I like you to ask questions. I like to turn on the camera and speak to me, okay? Again, few practicals. Try to avoid unmuting yourself if there is noise in the room. Just unmute yourself when you can speak clearly during the Q&A. So just to respect the space of the room. So as I was saying, my name is Amir. I define myself as a consciousness hacker. In the last 6 years, I've been working a lot on myself on different things. Sometimes for fun and sometimes because I was interested. And the result was kind of something that I didn't expect. Something that came as the combination of all the puzzles. So I came across something that I want to share with you guys, and something that is a complete shift. It's an 180 degrees shift in how we see dreams, how we see sleep, and how we see consciousness, and how we can play with consciousness. That's why I call it daytime lucid dreaming, because we will, by the end of this class, you will be able to initiate a lucid dream during the day. And I want you to come out from this session being able to start a lucid dream anytime you want. And to build on that, it will be a progression. At the beginning, it won't be extremely high in quality. Maybe you'll get distracted a little bit at the beginning, but as a progression, as you go with your practice during the days, you will have full-blown lucid dreams. And I will tell you in this class what you can do with it. But I'd like to hear from you the question. I want to hear from you your questions about how do you want to use your lucid dream. So just write in the comments, write in the chat, and start writing so I can pick it up later when I read the chat and we'll talk about it. So Brian, let me see if Brian is, oh, here is Brian. Brian, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Amir?
Yes, I can hear you well. Everybody can hear Brian? Just thumbs up if you can hear. Yeah, that's perfect.
Brilliant. That's great. I was a few moments there trying to get in the door.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brian, for joining this call. I met Brian on an online Facebook group just this week. And we started chatting and we realized that we had so much more in common than I expected. Because usually when I meet lucid dreamers, they come from the traditional classic approach of becoming lucid during the dream and doing lots of stuff, lots of effort, writing dream journal, looking at your eyes, waking up in the middle of the night, meditating, reality checks, all sorts of things that I tried because everyone is suggesting them, and they don't work for me. And they don't work for most people, actually. So most of the people who try lucid dreams are actually trying to become lucid. And so Brian wrote this book that is about a technique called WILD, Wake-Induced Lucid Dreams. Brian, do you want to briefly explain what WILD is and when you apply WILD?
Well, WILD, it seems to be the main thing to do with the lucid dreaming. Everyone goes for DILS, which is to wake up in a dream in the middle of the night. And I was trying to do that for months and nothing was happening. And one night, totally by accident, I found myself lucid dreaming before I'd even gone to sleep. Later on, I found out that this was called wilding. And it took quite a while to catch up on all the terms and the explanations because I'd never heard of it until then. And that's the difference, really. With DILS, you've got to go to sleep and wake up later while you're already having a dream. An almost impossible thing to do, but is possible, apparently. Compared to WILD, whereby you don't actually go to sleep at all. You just lie down, you relax a bit. In a little while, your body starts to feel just slightly relaxed, slightly strange. You start to see some images, slight colors, hypnagogia. And before you know it, you're in a WILD, just like that, and you're not even asleep.
Yeah, this is an amazing technique, but it's very difficult. Like Brian is one of the few people I know who mastered this technique. I tried it for many years as well. It's one of the techniques that I tried a lot. And to me, it didn't work. I mean, he's been doing this for 15 years, right, Brian?
Well, 15 years now. I'm getting on 15 years.
Yeah, it's a long, long time. And he's been persevering, and finally he stumbled upon it and he built on that skill of his. But to me, that riding the wave of awareness while we fall asleep during the night didn't really work well. So we'll basically talk about that. We'll talk about the differences. And I'd like to, before we go further, I'll tell you how we will go in the next 20, 30 minutes. Okay, guys? So
brilliant.
I'll tell you about dreams. During the day, during the night, we talk about the benefits of dreams and the benefits of daytime lucid dreaming. I will share with you how to initiate a dream during the day. And we will do a couple of exercises with that. So I will just guide you into having your first lucid dream experience during the day. And it will be a seed. If you do the practice that I will suggest you at the end of the webinar, you will be able to have the experiences that Brian or I have during the day, full-blown lucid dreams, full quality, really, really meaningful and really useful, because I have full control, because we have full control of the dreams. We can do with the dream whatever we want. And I'd like to talk to you about how many things you can do with the dreams. So then we will have a Q&A session. So I'd like you to jump in the chat or during the webinar with your mic, unmute yourself with the microphone, ask the question, and we'll have a few things like that. For someone, if you want to stick later, there is a couple of surprises that will guide someone specific, a volunteer, in a deeper lucid dreaming, kind of like a deeper imprint. We'll go for a group session now, like during the exercise. Later, maybe if there is a volunteer, I can guide someone in initiating a better dream straight away. How does it sound, guys? Like, thumbs up if it's okay? Yeah? Okay. So, dreams. When it comes to dreams, we associate dreams with a story, an experience that we're having inside our mind, our head, but mostly we associate dreams with sleep. We don't think that we can dream when we are aware, when we are awake. Then someone finds out that they can become aware inside a dream. They become lucid inside a dream. That's like, oh, that's an interesting state of consciousness. I'm unconscious. My body is asleep. I'm asleep. But I'm actually experiencing a complete different world around me. And I know that this is a different world. So that's a very, very sophisticated, nuanced state of consciousness. But all the efforts, like we were saying before with Brian, have been to try to wake up your awareness during the sleep state. So you're basically doing lots of practices, trying to train your subconscious mind, trying to use neuroplasticity, not in a very good way given the results, to hope that that you will dream first, because the dream, you don't decide when the dream happens most of the time, unless you use wild, and that you become aware during the dream. There are so many variables, and I've tried supplements. I tried alternating my sleep patterns, when you're tired, temperature of the room. There are so many variables, guys, that when you try to start this practice, it's very, very difficult to hit that sweet spot every time. So the other direction where I'm coming from is, okay, if a lucid dream is an experience where I'm aware of my physical body in another world, and I'm already lucid, I'm already aware when I'm awake. Can I create this experience? Can I create this experience and make it a dream and engage with this dream like I do during the night? And so I had few experiences like that. This, like I was saying last time when I did this webinar, I started saying this happened to me by accident. I do workshops across Europe. I go around and I like guiding people in alternative states of consciousness. And one time I did an intro night with a Pandora Starlight machine. That is a machine that works with your brain waves, and it's really helping to do all sorts of consciousness exploration. So I was guiding this group, and I wanted to guide them to learn how to induce a dream, basically using the wild technique or the dream incubation that helps you train your subconscious in that sense. So I wanted to do that, but the people who experienced that had, in 17-minute session, they started having full-blown lucid dreaming with shadow integration, psychic healing, and really, really deep inner work. And to be honest, I was flabbergasted because I didn't expect it to happen during the day. You know, I had the same beliefs that you had. I thought that during the day, there were bad copies of lucid dreams. They were the poor cousin, like the really like not exactly what we expect from a dream. And so I discarded them for years. But in that happened last April, so more than a year ago. And it took me more than a year to actually realize that the key was in front of my eyes. So that's why now I started sharing this, because I think that this will change everything in the approach of lucid dreaming. So this is basically what the approach is. And if we want to create a dream during the day, what we do is start with the imagination. So I want to guide you in an exercise where now I'll ask you to do certain activities with your imagination and see what is our starting point, okay? Does it make sense, guys? Yeah? Okay. So I want you to close your eyes. I just want you to close your eyes, unless you're driving. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and just bring your body to a slight relaxation. Now I want you to imagine a color. Some of you have it already. Some of you will take a little while. Now imagine a sound. For some, this might be a little bit more difficult, but it's possible. Now imagine a nice smell. Can you stimulate your inner sense of smell? Now I want you to imagine a ticklish, childish feeling, like a sensorial feeling in the body. Someone is tickling you. Yeah. Isabel is already laughing. That's nice. Now, just take a deep breath again and imagine like a sensation of excitement in your awareness. Just a sensation of excitement, just that. Now I want you to open your eyes, come back in the room, unmute yourself, and I want you, Isabel, can I unmute you and I hear from you your experience?
I immediately felt the sensation of really warmness. It was really warm with me.
That's great. How was it to imagine the color, the smell, the sound?
At the point where it was coming together, you were really going I was really somewhere else.
Exactly. That's great. It's great. For some people, you started like that, add elements, and that's enough. For some people, they have to build up because it's kind of like a muscle. The creative people are amongst you, the artists, the people who draw, the people who paint, the people who make music will have kind of an advantage on that. But all the rest, I didn't have any of those talents, any of those skills before. So I had to work at them. Does it make sense, guys? Yeah. So the people who don't have this ability will have to do these exercises a little bit every day. Who else want to share what their experience has been? Anybody? You can write also in the chat if you want.
I can share.
Yeah, Chris, welcome.
So you said do a color, and I wanted to do orange, but I saw black, and so I just went with that because I, like to let the feeling rise up. And then you said the sound, and I got a sound going, and then the sound combined with the color made it swirl into like this spiraling vortex. It was almost like, I don't know if you were mixing like black paint where you get that glistening shine from lighting in the room, but it's still that dark, thing. And then I was thinking of a smell. The thing that came to mind was frankincense, that kind of rich, cleansing smell. So it was really, really cool.
It's amazing. It's really, really good. Again, like very, very quick exercises that will basically quick start your imagination to give you surprising effects. Something that you didn't imagine, that you didn't put there with your intention, you just find there. So here is the next exercise, where basically we start with an imagination that is a little bit more complex. We start with a space, Because in a dream, like in reality, you are at the center of the experience with your body, with your whole full sensorial system, right? So you want to imagine yourself in a space. You don't want to imagine this space, you want to imagine yourself in this space. So I want you to close your eyes again. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Now, imagine you are on a holiday beach, a nice, nice beach, like the ones that you see on the holiday flyers. And it's a sunny day, and it's beautiful. The weather is just perfect. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. Sky is blue. Okay, now I gave you just the initial setting of this dreamscape, this initial seed for our dream, right? So look around you. You're on the beach. Your feet are touching the sand. Your body is warmed by the sun, and you can turn around. You can explore the space. How is the water? Is it moving a lot? Is it just very calm and peaceful? Are you alone on the beach? Are there other people? What's beyond the beach? Is there a city? Is there a town? Like a forest? Where are you? And just keep exploring the space around you. And what do you hear? Who's there making sounds? Animals, humans? You see, I'm asking questions because if you just ask what is there, nothing might happen. So you want to ask specific questions that will give you answers, and those answers will create the details about your dreamscape. So what sounds are there? Where they're coming from? What are the smells that you hear, that you smell? Are you there alone? Are you there with someone else? So now that you are on this beach and you have it in full details or more details than the beginning, and every one of you will have a different beach. So what I want you to do now is to imagine that a door has appeared in the middle of the beach. Just imagine a door appearing in the middle of the beach. What color it is? What material is it? How big it is? And this door is just hanging there in the middle. You open the door, you'd expect that you go on the other side of the beach, right? But I want you to know that when you cross that door, you will find yourself in a completely different space. It will be a nice space, not threatening at all, very, very nice. So you are under control in that sense. So because that's your intention. So you define the movement of the dream, okay? So you open the door and you know that on the other side, you will end up in somewhere different and somewhere safe. So I want you to go there, take a deep breath in, touch the handle of the door, or work with the mechanism that allows it to open. And at the count of 3, cross the door. And at the other side, I want you to just take a deep breath, wait, and see what unfolds in front of you. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Cross the door. Just wait. And if nothing happens, ask questions. Where am I? What colors I see? What shapes? What sounds? What feelings this space is giving me? Now I want you to come back to the awareness of you. Here in your physical body and there in the dream space. And I want you to have the intention to come slowly back, bring your attention back here. You don't have to do any movement. You just know that you open your eyes and you're here. There's nothing, no movement at all, no doors that you have to cross. Okay. So, how was it? Who wants to share this time? We can be the same, but I like to hear from you guys. Roxana, would you like to share?
Hi, Amir.
Hello. Yes.
Okay, great. Wow, it was amazing.
Amazing.
I got on top of a mountain, and then a ski slope appeared. And me, I love skiing. And it was like, wow, there are mountains. Oh, and this beautiful ski slope. And the weather was just great. You know, when you ski, on very few occasions, the weather is just great and sunny. And it was a bliss, really.
That's great. It's great. Did you feel like you were in something, like you were controlling, or it was as enjoyable as a dream?
I was controlling it, but it had some unexpected things happening. So the slope, it wasn't me making it. The mountains, I think I had a bit of intention when I entered the door. But really, I was surprised that there was a slope there. It was like, wow, there is also this amazing slope I can ski on.
Thank you, thank you. A very, very nice experience, and it's very explicative of how this can go far. The more you control, I mean, you can control the direction so finely that you get the dream to dream for you what you want, like you, and you still have a surprise effect, but much more defined. So like you can really make the rules of the simulation. You know, in a sense, this is a like kind of a virtual reality simulation, and you can define the structure of the dream space, the trajectory of the story, the intent that you can that you want to have for the dream. So you really can tweak it as you please. It reminds me, Kelly. It reminds me of shamanic journey. Yeah, it is. You know, the first time I went to a shamanic journey workshop, I said, "Oh, but this is lucid dreaming is much better. This is not very well defined. Plus, on the shamanistic level, there is all the ritualistic aspect, the animal's guide. So there is a whole structure of meaning attached to the shamanistic practice. But it is belonging to that same category. We just frame it in a different way so that we can let go of the belief of the limiting constraints that we associate with hypnosis, imagination, visualization. We remove all those constraints and we say, oh, we have a bunch of tools from these different practices. We have self-hypnosis, we have meditation, we have breathing, we have relaxation techniques. We have all these techniques that we can put inside the concept of a dream, of a lucid dream, knowing that in a lucid dream you can do anything you want. Because it's like the people who have been writing on lucid dreams, the people who have shared their amazing experiences so far, have paved the way, have showed us that you can heal, you can talk to your subconscious, you can heal your phobias, your traumas, you can do deeper work, you can have amazing ideas, you can create art, you can solve problems, you can really connect with what is your calling, for instance. There is so much. How did it help me in my life concretely? That's a good question. I can give you an example of just a month ago. So I had a very difficult weekend. There were lots of going on. Emotionally, I was not feeling very well. There was a lot of stress. So I have developed my awareness in the direction of meaning. So for me, I listen to the signs. I perceive the signs in the dreams. So what happened is that I had a disturbing dream, and it was so disturbing that I was emotionally, I don't know how to say it, but it was really, really so overwhelming that I collapsed in the dream, and I said, no, I don't want to hear, I don't want to see, I'm going to fall asleep. And I wasn't lucid at that moment. At that moment, there was so much emotional charge in the dream. The dream characters felt like attacking me. They weren't attacking me. They were bigger than they should be. And I was feeling smaller than I was. And then I said, like, no, that can't take all that. And I collapsed and I woke up in a different dream. And I felt like it was an Inception style dream where I basically went in a deeper layer. There was no emotional charge. There was the meaning of the emotional storm that I perceived the layer before, but I was much more calm. My awareness was still. I could see what was going on. So, and I got lucid in that level. I felt like, oh, this is what's going on in my waking life. This is what I'm not dealing with. This is what's my challenge. Oh, now it's so clear that I don't see the problem. I just have to do this and this. So I woke myself up from the second layer. I faced the dream characters of the first layer that were bigger, they were threatening, and I was so calm. And I said to them, no problem, we'll solve this. And I suddenly became the right size. And when everything was okay, I woke myself up to the physical reality consciously. And I woke up in the room and I said, now it makes sense. Now I'm happy. Now I'm at peace. So in a sense, my subconscious gave me the problem to solve and the solution, but I couldn't listen to the solution because like I was overwhelmed by the emotional storm, and I had to reach the stillness of the second layer of the dream to do that. I needed to be more present. And when I did that, my weekend changed, the whole week changed. And it was just like something that could have been a major problem and have cascade effects on my relationships with my friend and with my family, and everything was just so quickly solved. Does it make sense, guys? Do you think that this is something that you could use in your life?
Well, me, Amir, I was thinking right now that when I had this experience, I mean, I completely changed the way I felt. It was like my brain did not know that that's not the reality. And it means that you can completely fool your brain in the way to think differently. And my sister-in-law works in a very small office. Have you ever worked 8 hours in a small office? She's super frustrated about it. I cannot even talk with her because she's frustrated continuously. But this is something that could really change the way she felt. If she imagines, or as you say, lucid dreaming, that she's working in this amazing office every single day.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting use of it. Definitely, I would use it for like the side effect of it. Like the more awareness you bring with your lucid practice, with this practice, because you train yourself, you enter a dream. You're training your awareness to become more at ease with the struggles, with the problem, with two realities at the same time. So if she start that, she probably won't need to do this daytime lucid dreaming in the office to cover up her reality. Her reality, as miserable as it makes her feel now, it will be just okay. It will be just an office. She will just sit in there because her awareness won't be disturbed by anything. This is like a cascade effect. You do the practice, you can do something with it. But as you do something with it, your brain becomes more accustomed to be present, to deal with the complexity of life, to deal with the paradox, good or bad. Sometimes you don't know what the right choice is. And sometimes it's so painful to go through life and say, I don't want to make decisions. So you're paralyzed. because every decision is wrong from a certain angle. And what our brain is trained to is to see always the negative effects. So, oh, I see negative effects. I can't take responsibility for this, so I won't do anything, right? So this is kind of a cascade effect of this quality of awareness. And so, like we mentioned emotional stuff. So inner work. One of the things that I use it for is for creative ideas for my work, for my workshops. You know, I just go deep and have the workshop appearing to me because I keep rewinding, going forward, changing things. It's going so fast that I can rehearse the things that I'm gonna do at a much faster pace. You know, all the stuff that I'm doing in the last year and a half have emerged from this kind of approach to the consciousness, creativity, problem solving, and lucid dreaming is just like an amazing channel for that. And it's engaging, it's fun, you will really have freedom. Does it make sense, guys? So yeah, let me ask you, who has a urgent burning question about what we did so far? So just before we go forward. Nobody? So I have here a question from Enes Gorkin. Do you think about writing a book about daytime dreaming? Yes, I am thinking about it. It's very, very recent, my breakthrough. I mean, it's so simple, guys. It's so simple that my reaction when I bumped into it, I realized how could I couldn't see that before. It was so apparent. I've been doing it for my whole time because I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't dream at night. So it's very recent. I'm thinking of writing a book, maybe with someone else, maybe collaborating with other writers. I don't know if Brian was gonna collaborate with me or not. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. But definitely, I will write more. I will publish more. And so, yeah, I mean, if you have questions, guys, I'd like that to be a co-creation, because the more you ask, the more I kind of bring forward what I know already. But it takes me some time to structure it. So your question already helping. Have you used this technique floating? What do you mean, Kelly? Like out-of-body experiences? So the dreams are metaphors that reveals solution to the complexities that faces. You know, dreams are many things. Dreams can be many things. One of the things that they are the place where our subconscious meets us and speaks to us through stories. You know, our conscious mind is trained to use language, straightforward messages, very, very analytical, very logical. We speak with meaning, with specific structure of our sentences, with our waking mind. The subconscious mind doesn't have access to such complexity of refined word, like language structures, but it's amazingly powerful with images and stories. So our subconscious, when it wants to talk to us, speaks with stories. So every story that you perceive in a dream might be a random firing of your neurons that your brain is trying to map to something, or might be something meaningful to you, and it will be a metaphor, will be a symbol. Yes, Chris, it will be exactly like Jungian style. Yeah. So this is how powerful are dreams. Let's see. I got another question. In that space, I speak directly to my unconscious, asking for memories associated with problems, its favorite memories, then use this place to clear my own past trauma. That's amazing, Rowan. Just like Rowan is just sharing a technique that he's using. He's a consciousness explorer. He's a friend of mine. Hi, Rowan. Thank you for coming. Love having like-minded people who are at the edge of this practice, coming this, because this is really like I was sharing with Brian a couple of days ago. This is cutting edge. This is something that shifts completely your practice and makes it much useful. The Chromebook self-hypnosis has a lot on all this. Yes, self-hypnosis is one of the first things that I did before meditation. I learned self-hypnosis. I didn't use it as much. I'm not hypnotizing myself so deeply, nor when I guide peoples or groups, I never bring them to that deep hypnotic trance state, because I want to honor everybody's free will, and I want them to be aware as they guide themselves in deep spaces. And I think that there is a certain pace that is healthy, and when we are in control of the process. So if you do self-hypnosis, you can use self-hypnosis inside a dream. So you top one on the other. But I don't hypnotize people myself. I'm not a hypnotist. I haven't trained like that. And I want people to be in a much more aware state when they interact with their dreams. Does it make sense, Rowan? Yeah, I will add you on the Facebook group, Ennis. We have a Facebook group that is open. You can come and ask questions, and I will be supporting you there. But I like to give you, before we go, I like to give you what to do next. So what to do next? I mean, it's very, very simple. You dedicate a few minutes a day, as much as you want, but not too much, because if you overdo it over the day, then the next day you said, I did it yesterday. So it's better a few chunks during the day than one big portion in a week. So do once a day for a few minutes, then the following day, then the following day, then the following day. And as you go, it will become easier to do it even in short breaks. You close your eyes and you can imagine something. You close your eyes, you can imagine something. You're commuting and you start an imagination. And this is all training. Does it make sense? Do you think that you could do that, guys, in the next week? So if you do that for a week, you join the Facebook group and you tell me what's happening every day. What are you seeing? What are the strange things that happen? What are the questions that arise? Do you want to move forward that you don't know how to do? Just connect to the Facebook group. It's open, and I would really be happy to support you in this. But I'd like to talk to you also about another thing that I prepared for the people who want to go further. Is it okay for you guys for me to talk about it for a few minutes? Yeah? Okay, thank you. So the thing that people ask me about lucid dreaming is, what can you do with lucid dreaming? Why I should even start learning lucid dreaming? And most of the people I know in the field try to lucid dream, and when they get there, they try to stabilize the dream, and then hopefully one day do something with their subconscious when they wake up in their dream. But all the teachers that have come before me have shared amazing experiences in healing and resolution in their dreams. So I have prepared a 6 weeks video course, and I will tell you about it, where basically the first week we'll go more in depth in the daytime lucid dreaming, the incubation, all the techniques to make it better, to make it more complex. So you will receive a video every week, a short video, and you do a practice of maximum 10 minutes a day. Maximum 10 minutes a day, and I will guide you every week with exercises that are specific. But to learn lucid dreaming, you require 1 week. That's it. All the other weeks, the other modules are how to use it. So the first module is Brain++, how to be more creative, how to problem solve, how to do decision making using the dream construct. The third week is Unleash Your Inner Artist, how to make art inside a dream, create a novel, work on your dream character, work on your book character, work on your painting, work on your music, and then bring it back in the real world. That also for unleashing creativity at any level. Then we talk about inner work, healing past traumas, healing your subconscious, how to safely initiate a healing session with your subconscious. You have to be more careful here. So I'm putting it at module 4, not because it's the most difficult, but because I want you to become more able to safely approach your subconscious without uprooting stuff that you can't deal with and then you need private help with, all right? We want to be safe with this stuff. And by week 5, that you will be so accustomed to lucid dream, your experiences will be virtual reality HD, and you can have as much fun as you want, have real virtual reality experiences, have superpowers, and have fun. Actually, you know, having every now and then some entertainment. That's cool. I approve that. I do that sometimes. I love it. And then week 6 is my favorite. Hack the matrix. Using lucid dreaming to improve the quality of your awareness at will, improve your meditation practice, improve your spiritual practice, and access deeper states of consciousness, peak experiences, and whatever you can manage to guide yourself into. So this is what I'm gonna do. And tomorrow this course will start. So if you join now, I will add few bonuses. So the first is a private Facebook group. In this private Facebook group, I will be responding to the questions relative to these modules. I will give you 2 live Q&A sessions apart from the recorded video. If you want to join, you'll have the recorded version afterwards. But if you want to join and ask a question like this or be guided during the session, that's at least 2 of these sessions I will do during the 6 weeks. I will give you a 15-minute session, one-to-one. And I call this a removing obstacles session, where I'll basically guide you one-to-one to have a lucid dream. And I will ask you questions while you're having the lucid dream. And I will guide you to understand what you can do in certain scenarios and whatnot. I saw that this is a very, very fast way to accelerate the growth of someone, because like, if I don't know what you're experiencing, I don't know how to guide you. But if you tell me, and in a lucid dream during the day, you can talk and have a dream at the same time, this will accelerate your growth. And just 15 minutes, and I will add this to the course. And as I said, Brian has generously offered to join, and I will give you this book. Me and Brian will give you this book, the Kindle edition, because we don't want to, we want to save the planet, of course, and it's more expensive in paper. But this book is probably the only one who is talking about lucid dreaming without suggesting that you have to become aware in the dream during the night. So there is an interesting glossary. There are techniques that you can do during the night while going to sleep. If you have a relaxation technique that you use kind of to simulate the dream state, you can use the techniques in this book. Brian is such a knowledgeable person, and I hope to be able to work with him more in the future. So we'll have this book also on top of that. So how does it sound so far? Do you think that, yeah? Okay. So the group last week told me, you are crazy. Are you going to sell this for this price? And I said, yes. And the price is $97, the price that I put online. But for you, with all these 5 bonuses, if you pay now, if you buy this product now, I will give it to you for $37. How does it sound? Does it sound fair, guys? So I want someone to unmute themselves and tell me what their reaction is about this product. Come on, guys, don't be shy. No reaction at all? Come on. Who's that?
It's Chris.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. As someone who, also tried some of these lucid dreaming practices in the past, I've had several lucid dreams where I wake up, but it's always random. I don't know that it's going to happen before, it's just you know, I just get lucky, and it's like, okay, I just woke up, and you know, it doesn't very long. You know, usually I get excited, the dream falls apart, and I end up waking up within 5 to 10 seconds. You know, and it's kind of demoralizing after blasting through space, you know, at light speed, and then it's like, oh, I'm back in my bed again. So I'm really interested to continue with engage in that space.
What is it again? Kind of lost the connection, or is it you?
Can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Well, Amir, I think this is mind blowing. I mean, I cannot even imagine what more support you could put on it, to be honest. You have the Facebook group, you have the one-on-one, you have the book. I mean, it's.
I think you deserve it, guys. I think that, you know, I'm so excited about this, and I really want this to to start having people using it. And you know, this is the first time I'm running this course, so of course, you know, I cannot give you 10 video testimonials to convince you. I know that this will work. I mean, it's working already, right? It's working already. So I know that this will work, and I know that will bring everybody forward so much. So this is how I roll, guys. This is how I want to give you guys, and you know, it's a win-win situation for me, because I love doing this so much that when people ask me stuff, I will produce more content. So you are the first group of people who are going under this course. I have already 20 people who registered last week. I am going, like, this course will go on, and you can join at any time. You can use the videos at any time. But for the next 6 weeks only, I will be giving you all this support. Later on, I will sell it for 97. Maybe I will sell it for $200. I don't know, because it will evolve. But the first group will have the chance to get this private support, one-to-one sessions, and all this. And after that, I will just leave the open group for everybody who buys the program, because it will be more evolved. So in a sense, yeah, I'm giving you a lot. But we'll do this together, because your energy will bring me energy, and your questions will make me give more answers. So I just love this. So I shared in the chat the link. So let me share it again. So the discount code is I can dream when I want. After every word, there is a dash. I can dream when I want. This is the discount code. From $97, you get to $37. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for your patience when I spoke about the product. I don't like, you know, I think that I'm very grateful for your time here, and I really want to open the space now for extra questions. Let me see if Brian. Oh no, I didn't send it to you guys. I sent it to Brian. Here is the discount code and the link. You can check. Let me know if it works. Thank you, Becky, for your kind message. You seem to have real clarity in your teaching and speaking. So yes, great deal for the level of support. I will have a think about it for the future, though. Thank you, Becky. Thank you for your honesty. It works, Kelly Matthews. It works. Okay, guys, who have a question? You know, I'll stay here. The offer is valid until today. Yeah, Daniel, the offer is valid until today. I really want the most people in, but I don't think I can do it more than that. So if you can't jump in today, I don't know what else I can offer you more. I still have a question about the floating elements. Oh, sensory deprivation tanks. I used the sensory deprivation tanks only once, only once. And I was a bit disappointed. I probably didn't go in the right center. And I had lots of hopes on the sleep deprivation, but it didn't really work for me. So maybe I'll try again. oh, you have to try 3 or 4 times to really have a good. Yeah, I thought so. I just managed to have lots of experiences without going there. So I thought like maybe when it becomes cheaper or when it becomes available closer, something like that. Thank you, Pat Becky. All the best. Rowan says he uses a pitch black room for my work and nice comfy recliner. Yeah, the relaxation and the position of your body helps a lot with these practices. If you have a pitch black, you can disengage more easily from your reality so that you can focus more on your imagination and your dreamscape. But at the end of the day, we are trying to develop the ability to focus on 2 worlds at the same time, the inner world and the outer world. And if I'm dreaming and my girlfriend's come in and just like opens the door and wants to ask me something, I'm not saying, sorry, I'm busy dreaming something. No, you respond to your real life. You are present to your life when you need to do so. And there is no scarcity. The lucid dream state is so available, then I go back when I want and I do it. So there is no problem in that. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your question and your comments. So guys, I guess like if you don't have any question, I would call it a day. Again, the link is there. Use it in the next few hours. I don't think I will do this again. Tomorrow, the first video of the first module will be delivered to the members. I'll add them to the Facebook group. We'll start working and we'll start having those dreams. The earlier you join, not only the cheaper you get the product, but the more support along the line you get. Brian, sorry we didn't talk much, but can you say something?
Hello, Amir. It was an interesting experience. It was a very different experience from what I'm used to. I can say that. The most it reminds me is that some whiles you can not actually go into it. You're sitting there relaxing and you create a visualization, or you create them. I sort of let them happen, kind of thing. That's just the only difference between it, and it just becomes as clear as a bell. But it's at a distance. It's at arm's length. And then there's been times I've been able to actually slip in and out of that as well as a genuine while. So what I experienced during your session there was very similar to that arm's length visualization. And it was very clear, I thought. And it was very interesting. With me, I wait till the hypnagogia comes to me and then let it make of itself what it wills. But you're a bit more bold than that. You're actually going in there and stirring it up and bringing it to yourself by... I liked the way you thought of a noise and then a smell. And that sort of divided some part of me, and that allowed the vision at arm's length to begin to appear in that sense. That's what became interesting for me anyway. I was exploring all that, and that's really what it reminded me. A bit longer, I think. I could have probably even gone in there and experienced a full dream.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. I didn't go much further because I just wanted to give an imprint of how the magic works. But you're right. When you relax, eventually after some practice, all these steps become automatic, and you relax and it started to appear exactly like your practice. But when people start, they have a few steps to do at the beginning.
At the beginning, you kind of pop in and out and back in and then back out again with it. It's a kind of a shock reaction. It's a very natural thing. You go, whoop, and you're, I'm back. I want to go back in, and then you're back in, and I didn't mean to go back in. And that goes on for quite a while until it all stabilizes and you get more bold. I think suddenly you decide, I'm just going to go for a walk around in this, and you do.
Yeah.
At that point, you're in full control. You can actually turn it on and off from that point on. But that can take a little bit of practice. Your method's different from mine. So I think 2 or 3 or 4 sessions of doing exactly what you said earlier on, I think I could probably pull that off.
Yeah, I think if someone can pull that out, that's you, Brian. So I have no doubts on that.
What you're suggesting is clear, and it's not difficult either. It can be unfamiliar, and that's, I think, what puts people off. I think, oh, I'm not used to this. But you get used to it after a while, and then it's not unfamiliar. Then you go a little bit further and look beyond that. You've gone a little bit further. And then you see something you didn't expect to see, and then that intrigues you, and you want to go a bit further still, and you're getting braver all the time.
Yeah. Thank you,
sure.
Thank you, Brian. I mean, I think that we were speaking last few days ago. We come at it from different perspective. You don't need those steps because you have already your quick access to it. But basically, at the end of the day, your experience is a very, very defined, very, very realistic lucid dream. And I think we can bring everybody in the world to actually have this experience is much more at our fingers.
I think so. It appears to be a thoroughly innate but unused ability. It hasn't atrophied away at all. It's just there. We've never given it a reason to pop out, basically. We call it, and it's readily available, basically. And because it's not difficult to do. That's the surprising bit to me, is that, well, how come this is so simple? Why didn't I know about this before? Because no one told me, basically. That's the reason. I had to bump into it totally by accident to even discover it.
Like myself, like by accident even myself.
And like myself. So I can see that. I can see more and more people becoming intrigued, and then interested, and then explorers of it, because it is readily available. I mean, dills are, I don't know, magic by comparison. You don't know how you're doing it. It might happen, it might not. It's a bit of a guessing game. Apparently, and steady practice will give you a few dills, but you'll never be in control of turning them on and off.
Yes, it's much more difficult to start the dream. Which is really, really difficult to start to control the dreams with lucid dreaming. So thank you, Brian, for this, and thank you very much for writing and offering this book to our audience. And also, Brian has a Facebook group with 400 members, more than 400 members. So you can join also his group, and he will talk and teach his approach to that. And I think that they really, really combine together. When you know both of them, then you can do your practice during the day and during the night whenever you want. I'd like to see, yes, Brian?
Sure, still here.
Yeah.
Still here. Oh, fading in and out a bit there. Go on.
Yeah, so you want to say something?
Say again?
Did you want to say something?
Well, no, that's not really. That's it. I think we're in accord, really. We're talking about the same thing. We may describe it slightly differently, but that's because we approached it from different ends of the same pole. But apart from that, we're on the same planet page there with waking dreams as opposed to unconscious sleeping dreams, which is what dills define.
Exactly. So, guys, thank you very much for staying so far. I had promised before. I told you before, if someone wants to volunteer, I can guide you in a kind of more intricate dream to start with. So this is just an offer. I'm here. There are a few of you left. So if someone of you wants to volunteer, we can do a guided session. So you will see how a guided session can work. Who wants to volunteer? Nobody? Everybody's shy here? Promise I won't do any embarrassing thing with your subconscious. We will go very neutral, but I will make you have a little bit of more fun so you can see how you can navigate the dream. If not, I mean, I will share this with you in the 6 weeks course, but I just wanted, or in the one-to-one session when you book the product. So guys, if nobody volunteers, I'm gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you very much, and I wish you a good night, sleep, don't worry about dreams, do it during the day, and the dreams during the night will come. Good night, everybody.